What's up everyone, Mooley here. I hope you're all doing good. So I know I said I would draw something more wholesome in this video, but current events gave me an idea and I couldn't help myself. I'm drawing a plague doctor, one of those creepy pointy nosed dudes with masks on from the 17th century. I've got some really cool ideas for this design, so keep watching. This initial sketch is just the beginning. Oh, and make sure to subscribe if you enjoy the video. So, at first I'm just sketching out the basic shapes and adding some details here and there. Main features are the big top hat, which I'm starting with, the long pointy nose, which is part of the leather mask, the goggles on top of the mask, and black robes which come up around the head and the chin. Later on I'm going to ink this piece and do some extreme dot shading, and maybe add a little splash of colour. I decided to add these little pins in the leather that I saw in a lot of the reference material for plague doctors. Here I start working on the robe, just getting the basic outline and folds, tucking it up tightly around the mask. These guys were around during the Black Plague, so no exposed skin. You can be quite random and chaotic when drawing folds and wrinkles in loose clothing, but realism arrives when you actually think about how it's sitting on the body, gravity, and the material you are drawing. I'm just winging it this time though. After getting the general shapes on the paper and a few details, the image really starts coming together. I also added a staff. He's not a wizard, I did see some pictures of plague doctors with staffs, okay? Doing a little design with wings on top of that, and adding a feather tucked into the band on his top hat. Around here I started adding some heavier pencil lines and shadows, maybe not the best idea as I would usually erase most of the pencil and then ink the drawing. However, with this one I decided to try something different. I'm going to keep the pencil for now and just add black ink on top, combining the two. I'm hoping it will allow for a deeper range of shading and textures, we'll see. Alright, pencil sketch finished, let's get inking. I'm starting with the 0.45mm tip this time, so I can take some more time with it and add some slightly finer details than with the last video. I love inking pencil drawings, it's super satisfying, but also a bit nerve-wracking as for the first time you're doing something that you absolutely cannot undo. I'm thinking of doing a video where I go back to some of my old pencil sketches and ink them. Let me know if you'd like to see that. Starting to add some thicker lines around the outside and in some places that will be darker later. I'm getting out the Ohuhu markers again, firstly to add some solid black under the hat. Unfortunately my black marker is getting really low and I have to keep swinging it around to get the ink into the tip. Then onto that splash of colour I mentioned earlier. Found a nice green which is going to go into the goggles, but I'm leaving some white lines as a cool light reflection kind of thing. I think that looks pretty cool. Now I'm going around again with the fine liner and adding some much heavier lines to make this thing pop. And now dot shading or stippling in ultra speed. I'm also adding the odd detail or solid shadows here and there when I notice a place that could do with the extra attention. I decided to do some pencil shading now to further darken some areas without using up all my pens, and also add a grey tone. Hopefully it means I can spend less time doing stippling, because this one is going to take quite a while. Then back to some more heavy dot shading where it's needed on the mask and robe. An hour and a half of dot shading later and a quick run around the edge with a Sharpie, and here we are. I'm pretty happy with how this image turned out. It's got that old black and white photo with one colorized feature look to it. Total drawing time was about 4 hours. Mixing the pencil shading with pen stippling worked out pretty well, but it did create a very shiny effect in some areas. I don't think it would be an issue if I were to scan the image in for printing though. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and get the bell on to see the next one. Give the video a like and drop a comment with your feedback or maybe something you want to see me draw in the future. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video.